Hello everybody, welcome back to Ray's World. I hope you have had a fantastic week. I hope you are going to do something awesome for the 4th of July tomorrow. That is, of course, if you're in the United States. If you're over in Germany or Norway, you probably don't, or some other country, you probably do not celebrate the 4th of July. That's an American holiday. We're going to shoot off some fireworks, have a few adult soda pops, and then just hang out and have some fun. So it's an American holiday, so it's Wheatie Wednesday, and we have got our $25 box of pennies from the bank, and we are going to be hunting through that. We're looking for wheat pennies, of course. We're going to save our Canadians, 2009s, anything else that's really interesting. I had somebody actually ask me, said, Ray, how many Canadians have you acquired? Well, right there, that's just the copper Canadians. There's my zinc or steel Canadians. That's about half full. King George and Bird Sense, that's the 1967. Young Heads. King George the 6th. Or is it the 5th? King George the 6th. I think there's some King George the 5th in there as well. Yeah, so that's about it. All of my Canadians. Dropping it right there. Guys, pennies are no longer produced in Canada, so kind of just stuck with them. The copper, I don't know what I'll do in the future. Maybe I'll melt it. Maybe I'll just hang on to it. If I ever get a furnace, I'll pour some of my own bars. But let's get on down into this hunt, see what we can find. And if you stick around long enough, you just might see some bonus footage. Holy smokes, guys, that was pretty amazing. I haven't even brought you guys down here, and I have got probably almost as many wheat pennies as I do copper Canadians, minus the Young Heads and the King George that are sitting down here. So come on down, take a look and see what we got. Let's check this out. All right, let's start off with some old Canadians. How about this, guys? Check this out. King George. We got 3 of them. A 1942, 1951, and a 1949. How awesome is that? Look at that, guys. Upside down in all its glory. King George VI. I have a separate container that I put those in, but that is really, really cool to find 3 of those in a box, including 4 young heads. Check that out. We got 4 young heads. One is a 62, 64, 61, and another 62. I'll just grab one here so you can see the obverse. Really, really cool to get 4 young heads in the box as well. We got one 1967 bird scent. So one of those. Check this out. Commonwealth of the Bahamas. It's got the starfish on it. It's really, really corroded, but that's really cool. Like 1990 is the date on that. Let's take a look. We've got some zinc or steel Canadians. Looks like they are all zinc. Nothing is steel, but we got a handful of those. Nice and bright and shiny. 01, 97, 2010, 04, another 2010, and a 2000. So not too bad for that. We got 2 of the 2009s, the early years. 2009s. We'll set those aside. A couple of 1970S's. We see those every now and then. Not a whole lot. I don't save them, but that's pretty cool. Check out all of our copper Canadians. Right there, we got all of our copper Canadians. This is everything 1965 to 1996. And we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21 of those. All right, 21. That is the number to beat, because look at that. Holy cow, we got a lot of wheat pennies to look at. Let's see what our first one is. It's pretty corroded, and it looks like a 1946. Look at all that copper corrosion. That's awesome. All right, second one here. 1944, pretty common year. Now this one's got some really cool coloring to it. A 1958. Of course, we will get all of these on the Google spreadsheet if you've been following along. Whoa, guys, look at that, a 1934. How awesome is that? If you've been following along on the Google spreadsheet, it takes me a couple of days to get it uploaded. Man, a 1935, and get everything updated just for time-wise. Holy cow, guys, 1927. The amount of old coins that this box has produced is absolutely fantastic. Let's see what we've got here. 1952 San Francisco. That's really cool to have. Oh, look at that coloring. I hope you guys can see what I can see, because that is absolutely awesome. And it's 1926. 1926. That is so cool. I'm going to check the book when we're done here, because we've got so many old ones. 1926 Denver. Holy cow, guys. I'm not even counting. I'm not even keeping track. We'll count them when we're done. 1953 Denver. Very common. We've got it. 1944 again. Very, very common wheat penny. 1945. Is that a Denver? Looks like a Denver to me. 1955. 2 to go. Let's see what we've got. It's upside down. 1937 again. Wow. That is amazing. That is 4 coins from the 20s and 30s. 1945D. Let's take a look. I've got 4 of them sitting aside here because I want to check the book. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 wheat pennies. That is really, really cool. Let's check the book real quick and see what we've got. All right, here is our Lincoln Cent book, 1909 to 1958. Let's just move those aside real quick. And as you can see, we've done really well filling this thing in. Some of the older ones we still need. This last page is completely full. 41S is what we need. So let's grab some of these old ones. Let's take a look. We had a 1926 1926 Denver, and we need it right there. Look at that, guys. We're putting some in the book. I wonder how many I haven't checked that we've actually found. All right, this one here, 1926 Philadelphia. No, that's the 1936. I'm sorry, 1936. We have got one right there. So no big deal. We've got to remember that 1926. Let me write that down real quick so I don't forget it, because I want to make sure we add that to the Google spreadsheet. All right, here we go. 1934. I have a feeling, yep, we are there, right there, 1934. I got a bunch of coins on the table here. I don't want to push the book around too much. All right, our last one that I'm going to check was the 1937. We've got it. We need the 1937 Denver. What I really need to do is go through that book, and I need to go through my Google spreadsheet and make sure that I haven't missed anything, and then I'd actually have to go back and hunt it. All right, so let me put that away. All right, guys, since you made it all the way to here, I'm going to give you a bonus hunt. This is our Canada small cent collection, 1920 to 1988. Now, I was in the coin store today, and I just grabbed this tube right here. They gave it to me for $1. It's just miscellaneous, but I took a kind of a quick look in it, and look at that. We've got a King George, 1936. A couple of more modern Canadians. I think I saw an Indian head in there as well. They gave it to me fairly cheap, so I thought I would just pick that up. And I thought, you know what we should do? We should hunt that real quick and see if we can put any in the book. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a look at everything, and I will sort it out and see if there's anything here that we can keep.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, that didn't take too long, about a minute or so, and I got everything sorted out. But let me show you what I've got. I got a stack of Lincolns here, and they're all 1970 San Francisco. Looks like there is 10 of those 1970 San Franciscos. I don't save them. Somebody may have saved them in the past, but I don't save them, so I'm just going to toss them back. That one looks pretty good, but I'm just going to toss them back into my return coins. I did get one young head. One 1957 young head. I'm going to be careful not to mix these with the others. Just 4 copper Canadians, modern copper Canadians. I did get 3 wheat pennies in there, 3 U.S. wheat pennies. 37, 44, and it was not a 37D that I need in my book, and a 39. So that's really cool that we got a couple of wheat pennies. We'll just throw those in the jar with the extra wheat pennies. We did get an Indian head too, a 1902 Indian head. It's really, really rough. It's really tore up, but that's still really cool. Okay, on to our Canadians. These are all King George, and they are all King George V. So, 1936. Look at this. There's 5 of them. 5 of them. 1936. We have a variety. 1936 and a 1936 dot. And there's only 5 of those to have been in existence. So I'll have to check and see. If I got that dot, then I'm going to retire. So those are the 1936. We've got 1935. We got 4 of those, guys. And again, they're all King George V. How awesome is that? All 1935s. 2 of the 1934 King George. We got 5 of the 1933 King George. And they're all in really decent shape. I mean, they are not tore up or really super worn or anything like that. 1932, we got 4 of those. $1929, we got 4 of those. So this must have been somebody's collection that the store took in and they just got rid of. A 1926, Oops. 1926. And this one actually we need in the book. This is the first one that we need it. There we go. That's pretty amazing that out of all of these, we already had all of those. 1936, 35, 4. There's my 33. I found that coin roll hunting. It's really, really beat up, but that was my very first King George that I found, coin roll hunting, so I'm going to leave it in there. I'm not going to replace it with a nicer one. And then we got a 1921. Look at this, guys. This is only the second year that they were minted. 1921. We need the 1920. So we've got it. There's the 1920, 1921 we've already got. So really, we only put one in the book, and we got a couple of extra of some common coins, but that's okay. It was really fun. I love these kinds of hunts where I just get, you know, a jar full of random coins. One of my coin stores here in town actually sells coins by the pound. I think you can buy like a 20-pound bag of wheat pennies, and then you can just hunt those wheat pennies. And I think I'm gonna do that for a future video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody. I hope this was a lot of fun, especially if you made it to this bonus footage. We'll see you guys on the live stream. Take care.